good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? My, oh my, it's nice to see you. Here it is Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, sir, and right after a big holiday. My, what fun. Hope you had a nice weekend, a long weekend. Labor Day weekend, did you? And I hope you reminded Mother and Dad to drive very carefully, and you had a nice, safe weekend, too. You can help, you know, by reminding Mother and Dad. Well, good morning, good morning, good...
Good morning, Ranger. Today is the day a lot more boys and girls start school, right?
That's
and
right.
Guess what?
Guess what?
We do, too.
We do?
That's my surprise. You remember I promised you yesterday?
Oh,
Our
yes.
first Play School 9 teacher will be here today, and how about that, friends and neighbors and Ranger Hal?
I think that's wonderful. Gee, I can't wait.
But, Ranger, you know, I have a great idea.
You do?
How about going traveling around the country and the world instead of starting school?
Instead of starting school?
I mean, I'm sure I'll like the teacher, but isn't travel the best way to learn? That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
and then we can just forget school, right, Hal, right?
No, I don't think we better forget school, Ozzie. I think that's a very, very poor idea. I think maybe we could kind of take imaginary visits to places. That's possible.
Okay, Daddy-O. First, let's go way out west. Maybe we can go by train.
All right.
I've never been on a choo-choo.
Okay, well, I've got a friend named Cowboy Tex that could tell us all about early
Cowboy
trains.
Tex, here we come.
We're off.
In the days of the old Chisholm Trail, the first railroads were being built out to the west. New towns sprang up along the tracks, and more folk came west the easy way, sitting inside a train instead of on the back of a horse. Thousands and thousands of husky men worked on the railroads under a hot sun. They built the road beds, packing down rocks and dirt, put long, thick pieces of wood down across the road beds, and finally they fastened the steel tracks over the wooden cross ties by hammering in steel spikes with their heavy hammers. One day, the Union Pacific Railroad Company and the Central Pacific joined up their tracks in the state of Utah. One track coming all the way west from the Atlantic Ocean and the other track all the way east from the Pacific Ocean. A golden spike was driven into the track in the hole where the last spike was meant to go. Everybody cheered. Men and women, boys and girls, threw top hats, caps, beanies, and bonnets into the air. Because the two tracks had come together, it was now possible to chug all the way across the country, including the Wild West by railroad train.
In 1841, the American Railway was begun. The American Railway was begun. The great American Railway. Fill-a-me-o-re-o-re-a, 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 the great American Railway. In 1842, I found myself with nothing to do. I found myself with nothing to do beside the American Railway. Fill-a-me-o-re-o-re-a, 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 the great American Railway. In 1843, the section boss accepted me, the section boss accepted me to work upon the railway. Fill-a-me-o-re-o-re-a, 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 the great American Railway. In 1844, my hands were tired, my feet were sore, my hands were tired, my feet were sore, a-working on the railway. Fill-a-me-o-re-o-re-a, 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 the great American Railway. In 1845, oh, I was glad to be alive, I was glad to be alive and working on the railway. Fill-a-me-o-re-o-re-a, 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 the great American Railway. In 1846, laying ties and digging with picks, laying ties and digging with picks, so working on the railway. Fill-a-me-o-re-o-re-a, 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 the great American Railway. Later on, they got me a wife and 3 little kids, the pride of my life. A little houseboat bright and gay beside the American railway. Fill-a-me-ori-ori-ay, 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 the great American railway.
Pastry and donuts and cakes taste best when they're Hostess. Hostess Bakery treats tender and light with old-fashioned flavor in every bite. 'Cause Hostess bakers always bake the little old bake shop way.
It's such fun to dream about favorite things, isn't it, boys and girls? Like taking train rides, or perhaps flying in airplanes. Well, here's a picture of a boy that had a dream. Yes, you know what his favorite dream is, don't you? He wants to be a baseball star. And we've got a girl, too, who'd love to have a whole closet full of Hostess Twinkies. Everyone I know loves Hostess Twinkies. Twinkies are the good-for-you dessert, right, Wall? You bet. That gives you energy to go on, plus protein to grow on. Yes, Twinkies are tender fingers of sponge cake. Oh, Marv, good morning. I was just talking about Hostess Twinkies. What's this, a note you have for me? I've made this sombrero for Marvin. Hope you will enjoy it. Monica. Oh, he's got a sombrero now. All the boys and girls have been sending in all kinds of dress-up outfits for Marvin. Doesn't he look handsome? Well, back to Hostess, all right? Maybe Monica would like some Hostess sponge cake. Oh, boy, with luscious, fluffy, white, creamy filling. Mm-mm. And Twinkies are wonderful for lunch boxes, after-school snacks, and desserts. Enjoy some soon. Always delicious, 'cause
Hostess bakers always bake the little old bake shop way.
well, that's very good news, isn't it, about Hostess Twinkies? I should say. And good news, too, about your sombrero. Tell you what, we just took a train ride out west. Would you like to fly with us now, Marv? These are kind of early flying machines.